Now, I can't say I'm mad. I might even be happy. But damn, another one bites the dust. And I can't be mad because I can't fight. I can't fight.
What happens when a single sentence, uttered in a moment of frustration, shakes the foundation of a growing family? That's exactly what's happening right now in a deeply emotional situation involving Teyana Taylor, her daughter, and actor Pierre. Reports have surfaced that Aaron has walked away from their relationship after a hurtful comment, one that came not from Teyana, but from her daughter. The moment? The young girl, in the middle of what seemed to be a routine evening, at home allegedly told Aaron, "You're not my real dad." That single sentence, raw and unfiltered from a child, is now being blamed for what could be the end of Aaron and Teyana's story. The internet is stunned. Was it really just that one comment? Or was it the breaking point in something far more complicated? Let's break down what happened, what the reactions have been, and where this fragile family dynamic goes from here. Sources close to the family say the tension began on what should have been an ordinary evening. Aaron was reportedly helping Teyana's daughter with her homework, while also enforcing some bedtime rules. Things got a little tense, as they sometimes do in any household, especially when kids push boundaries. What started as a minor disagreement about staying up late turned into something heavier, more emotional. In the middle of that, the child, upset and frustrated, reportedly said something that changed everything. "You're not my real dad." That phrase, often dismissed when said by kids in the heat of a moment, seemed to hit Aaron like a punch to the chest. Witnesses said there was a long silence. He didn't respond right away, just looked stunned, like something inside of him shifted permanently. And it's not hard to imagine why. When you've been stepping in, trying to love someone else's child, help raise them, support them, and you're met with rejection, even in a child's words, it can feel like the deepest kind of emotional betrayal. Insiders say it broke something in Aaron, something that couldn't be patched over with just apologies or logic. Within a few hours of the incident, Aaron reportedly packed a small overnight bag and left the house without saying much. His departure wasn't angry or dramatic, just quiet, like someone who had made a painful but clear decision. People noticed quickly that his social media went completely silent. No posts, no stories, not even a like or retweet. It was like he'd shut off everything, retreating into himself. Close friends said he felt blindsided, deeply unappreciated, and more than anything, replaced. Some in his circle claim that while he knew the role of step-parent would come with its own challenges, he never expected to feel emotionally disposable. One friend even said, that comment opened his eyes. He realized that no matter how much he gives, he may never truly be accepted. Others believe Aaron is taking this time to quietly reevaluate everything, not just the relationship with Teyana, but with the child he had started to form a bond with. Is love enough when the child doesn't see you as a real part of the family? Or is stepping back the only way to protect your own heart? Teyana, on the other hand, hasn't directly spoken out about the situation, but her silence has spoken volumes. She posted a cryptic Instagram story that read, "Love isn't always enough," sparking thousands of fan reactions in mere minutes. It wasn't just a random quote. It felt targeted, vulnerable, and maybe even filled with regret. Friends close to her say she's absolutely torn. On one side, she's a mother whose first instinct is to shield her child from conflict, confusion, and guilt. On the other, she's watching a man she clearly loved slip away, possibly for good. It's a delicate line, protecting your child's emotional space while honoring the man who stepped up and tried to be a partner and a father figure. Reportedly, she's handling the aftermath privately, avoiding press or public statements because the emotions are just too raw. But behind closed doors, it's said she's questioning everything: her approach to co-parenting, her boundaries between daughter and partner, and even whether this kind of blended family life can truly work without constant pain. As for her daughter, those who know the family say the child is confused and visibly shaken. She didn't mean to hurt anyone, according to insiders. She was frustrated, probably tired, and reacted with words she didn't fully understand the weight of. But even if she didn't intend harm, the aftermath has clearly affected her. Family members say she's being comforted constantly, reminded that she's loved, that she didn't do anything wrong, and that sometimes adults need time to work things out. Still, her comment reflects something deeper. How kids, especially those growing up in blended families, struggle to label their emotional world. Do they see a loving figure as dad, or does that title belong only to the biological father? How do they process loyalty when they feel caught between different caregivers? These are heavy questions for a child, but ones that affect every adult around them. As soon as the story hit the internet, it was like a spark in dry grass. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok all exploded into a frenzy. The situation quickly turned into a viral moment that people couldn't stop talking about. One tweet that gained massive traction said, "Kids speak their truth when we least expect it." That one sentence broke a grown man. The post referred to the emotionally charged moment between Aaron and Teyana's daughter, something that struck a chord with millions. It wasn't just about what happened. It was about what it represented. That child's words, unfiltered and deeply honest, seemed to cut right through Aaron, leaving him devastated. The reactions online were divided and deeply emotional. Some rushed to defend Aaron, arguing that step-parents are often placed in difficult, thankless roles. They're expected to give their love, time, and energy to help raise a child they didn't bring into the world, while knowing that the bond could always be precarious. One commenter wrote, "Step-parents pour their souls into families, only to be reminded they're optional." It was a sentiment many could relate to. Stories poured in from people sharing their experiences of raising kids who later pushed them away, sometimes with a few careless words that left lifelong wounds. But just as quickly, others came to the defense of the child. They reminded the public that kids are not emotionally mature, nor do they fully understand the impact of their words. "She's a child," one user posted. "She's allowed to have feelings. It's on the adults to create the environment where those feelings can be processed, not punished." Another wrote, "Children don't weaponize emotions with intention. They're just expressing confusion, sadness, or fear the only way they know how." The conversation took on a new layer of depth as people began discussing the fragile balance between adult expectations and a child's raw, developing emotional world. Behind the screens and viral content, those closest to the couple were processing the storm in quieter, more painful ways. One insider revealed, "He's shattered. He didn't just leave, he emotionally broke. That girl was his whole world, too." According to people familiar with the situation, Aaron didn't see himself as a temporary figure in the child's life. He had poured his love, time, and sense of purpose into building a relationship with her, seeing himself not just as a boyfriend or fiancé, but as a father figure. Another family friend added, "Sometimes a child's words, even if they come from a place of confusion or anger, can destroy everything if the adults aren't grounded enough to hold the weight." Aaron's friends are reportedly encouraging him to take a step back, to process, reflect, and heal away from the glare of the media. They've advised him to stay off social media, go no contact with Teyana for a while, and protect his peace. They worry that anything he says now could be twisted or used against him. They also understand the depth of what he's feeling, not just heartbreak over a relationship, but a kind of grief that comes from feeling like a family you helped build has been ripped away. On the other hand, Teyana's circle is trying to stay calm amid the growing media storm. They're reportedly doing everything they can to make sure the child doesn't absorb guilt or blame from this incident. A member of her team said, "Kids don't use logic, they use emotion. That doesn't mean we stop loving them, it means we grow with them." It's a powerful reminder that the child at the center of all this didn't ask to be put under the microscope of public debate. She didn't mean to hurt anyone. She simply spoke her truth in a moment where emotions were running high. Now adults must figure out how to guide her through this moment without leaving emotional scars. The question that remains looming over everything is whether Aaron will ever come back. If he chooses to walk away for good, this won't just be the end of a romantic relationship. It will represent a deeper, more complicated rupture, a breakdown in the fragile web of trust and emotional connection that had once held this blended family together. Co-parenting arrangements may need to be reevaluated. Lines of communication that were once open may never be the same again. And for Teyana's daughter, this could be a defining emotional moment. Her well-being now becomes the absolute top priority, not because she's at fault, but because she unintentionally triggered a shift in the family dynamic that no one saw coming. Aaron's next step, whether he returns with forgiveness, seeks resolution, or decides to cut ties entirely, will undoubtedly shape how the public continues to view the situation. And perhaps more importantly, it will determine how the healing process unfolds for everyone involved. For Teyana, this isn't just about managing a PR crisis or calming fans down. It's a period of deep soul-searching. How do you rebuild trust within your family after such a painful public rift? How do you help your child make sense of something that even the adults are struggling to understand? In the end, what began as a single sentence spoken by a child has revealed the vulnerability that comes with building a modern family, where love runs deep, but the lines of identity, loyalty, and belonging are often blurred. This moment, as raw and heartbreaking as it is, has opened up conversations that go far beyond one couple. It's a glimpse into how fragile love can be when tested by the honesty of a child. All of this brings us to a haunting realization. Sometimes, a single moment, a single phrase from a child's mouth can shift the course of adult lives forever. This isn't just another celebrity breakup rumor. It's a raw, real, and deeply personal episode that families around the world, blended or not, can relate to. What do you think? Was Aaron right to walk away and protect himself emotionally? Or should he find the strength to forgive, return, and rebuild? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if this story hit home, and don't forget to subscribe because what happens next in this story may surprise us all. This isn't just tabloid drama, it's real life unfolding in real time.